Welcome and thank you for joining us for this brief explanation on admission requirements and the application process for the University of Regina. We always like to start these sessions in a good way by acknowledging that the University of Regina is situated on Treaty 4 lands with a presence in Treaty 6. These are the territories of the Cree, Saulteaux, Dakota, Lakota, Nakota, and the homeland of the Métis-Michif Nation. Today, these lands continue to be the shared territory of many diverse peoples from near and far. My name is Kayla Schmaus. I am a student recruiter and enrollment counselor at the U of R. My job is to help students explore their options and work to assist in their journey to become a student at our wonderful university. For students currently in grade 12, applying to a university and navigating all the admission requirements can be daunting. That's why I'm here to help. First, let's go over the application process. It is just 3 easy steps. First, submit an online application. Second, send us any required documents. Third, pay the one-time application fee of $100. It's also important to keep in mind any application deadlines. Nursing applications are due every year on February 15th. Keep in mind that nursing is a 1 intake per year program, so students that miss this deadline will have to wait an entire year to reapply. The second important date is the early application deadline for March 15th. Students who submit an application by this date not only have the best access to classes come course registration time, but are also eligible for automatic entrance scholarships and awards. Additionally, March 15th is the deadline for the U of R entrance awards that require an application. When students submit an application while they are still in grade 12, we do a calculation for what we call early conditional admission. For this calculation, we can use an unofficial transcript that students can get from their guidance counselor or principal. When we calculate for early conditional admission, students have typically not taken all of their grade 12 classes. So, we use a combination of their best grade 11 and grade 12 courses from the following categories. So for the faculties of Business Administration, Engineering and Applied Science, Kinesiology and Health Studies, Nursing and Science, we will use 1 English Language Arts or Francais Language Arts course, 1 math course, 1 additional math or science course, 1 language or social science course, and 1 additional approved course. For the faculties of Arts, Social Work, Education, Media Art and Performance, and for programming offered through La Cité Université Francophone, we will use 1 English Language Arts or Francais Language Arts course, 1 math or science course, 1 language or social science course, and 2 additional approved courses. So as you can see, your average might be higher than you expect because we're taking the best courses from these categories rather than your overall high school average. Now, students who have all the required courses and the following early conditional admission averages will be eligible for acceptance into their program of choice. So for students planning on entering the Faculty of Business Administration, or Engineering and Applied Science, or Kinesiology and Health Studies, or Nursing, or Science, or Arts, or Social Work, they need to have a 70% average out of the 5 classes that we use for early conditional admission. Same goes for Education, La Cité Université Francophone, and Media Art and Performance, with a difference of the average needing to be 65%. Couple of notes here. 1. Although students interested in nursing must have a minimum of 70% for acceptance, nursing is a competitive program. This means that the higher your average, the more likely you are to gain admission to nursing. 2. Students who have a 70% average will be admitted into engineering. However, if you have a 90% out of the 5 required courses, you can be admitted directly to your major of choice. Please do not concern yourself with this distinction, however. All engineering students take the exact same classes during their first year of university. My favorite part about the early conditional admission calculation is that it's the calculation we use to award scholarships. The U of R has a variety of different scholarships to help students fund their studies. Some are automatic, like the entrance awards displayed in this chart. When a student submits a completed application, we automatically calculate to see if they are eligible for these entrance awards based on their early conditional admission average. But we also have awards that are not based solely on grades, but rather look at financial need, community and extracurricular involvement, sports, and more. These awards are located on our Student Award and Management System, or SAMS for short, and require an application. These award applications are due March 15th. Not to worry, we'll be hosting virtual workshops starting in January to help students learn how to apply for these awards effectively. Once students finish their grade 12 year, they need to submit an official transcript of their final high school grades. This allows us to calculate their final admission average. This is the admission calculation that requires students to have completed specific grade 12 courses. Each faculty requires different classes, so it's important that students review the final admission requirements for their first and second choice programs. For example, it's not a requirement to have Pre-Calc 30 for the Faculty of Arts, but it is a requirement for the Faculty of Science. If you're choosing between two faculties, a good rule of thumb is to work to meet the requirements for the faculty that requires more specific courses for admission. This will ensure that if you change your mind, you'll still be admissible to the U of R. Another important thing to note is that if for some reason you think you might not meet the specific requirements for final admission, you can always contact us for assistance. We try very hard to never say no here at the U of R, but rather what is the next step. There are often other pathway options that we can work with students to explore for admission. Sometimes this includes starting with a qualifying designation, or starting in a second choice faculty and then transferring to the first choice faculty once requirements are met. Sometimes this can mean upgrading a high school class or two before you start at the U of R, or while you're working on your university classes. Each situation and option can be unique, so please know that we're happy to assist you in navigating admission options. Final transcripts must be submitted to the U of R by August 1st. For a full list of additional approved courses and final admission requirements for all faculties, please connect with us. You can find all the requirements on our yourconnected.uregina.ca website. But if you're unsure of which program you're interested in, book an enrollment counseling with us. We can help. Thanks for watching, and we hope to hear from you soon.